flavor of the styles like miles and shit. Like 60s funky worms with waves and perms. Just sending junky rhythms right down your block. We beat to rap what key beat to lock, but we beat to rap what key beat to lock.
Hey guys, today I wanted to go over quick tips on how to effectively use a slip bag. As you can see here, I have a ring size slip bag that I'm using. Make sure you adjust the height to where the belly of the bag, which is the thickest part of the bag, is right at nose level. Anything lower and you're going to be bending your knees way too far down, which is not what you want to do. Anything too high, it's not going to hit you when you improperly slip the bag. You want to make sure that if you do make a mistake that the bag hits you, because it reminds you to keep your hands up and to keep your head moving. So the main thing with this bag, number one, is head movement. Make sure that you're moving your head, slipping inside, slipping outside, using that head movement and keep that going. Making sure that you're not getting hit by the bag, and that way you can evade your opponent's attack and fire off your own combination. So head movement, head movement, head movement. Make sure you keep that head moving. The next thing is your footwork. Make sure that you're using the correct footwork. You're stepping to the side, you're pivoting. Whether you're pivoting outside or you're pivoting to the inside, make sure that you're pivoting, you're sidestepping, you're working inside and outside, and never crossing your feet. So the slip bag is nice because as it continues to swing, you can use this to time your footwork as well as your opponent's coming in. The next thing would be punching with proper form. Make sure that you're throwing your jabs correctly and you're throwing your 1-2s or your straights and your hooks and your uppercuts correctly. If you are throwing your punches correctly and you're in the pocket with the slip bag, you'll notice that when you throw your 1-2, the bag will pass over your right shoulder on the 2. If you throw your 1-2-3, if you throw your hook effectively and you're pivoting and you're rotating your hips on your hook, you'll notice that the slip bag will pop over your left shoulder. Again, if you're doing this correctly and you're throwing your punches with proper form, you will naturally be in position to slip the punches of your opponent. So you can use that if you're simulating getting inside and working in the pocket with your opponent, because while they're throwing punches at you, you have to use your head movement and your defense to set up a counter attack. Next thing you want to do is make sure you use your distance control. Make sure that if you're a longer fighter, you can fight on the outside, but also time the bag to where you can work on the inside as well. Step in and then fire off your combinations. Next, you want to make sure that you're parrying shots. Make sure that the bag is coming in. You can parry it with your lead hand, or you can parry it with your power hand, and then come back over the top with the jab or over the top of the right hand and shoot to the body. So you can effectively parry the shots, set up your own, and then move out with a defensive maneuver. So a very good way to use this bag is to parry. The next thing you want to do is, and I also recommend this, is to use your gloves. So you can see I put my gloves on for the remainder of this workout because I wanted to simulate myself using my gloves if I'm sparring, or if you're in an amateur competition, you're going to be having larger gloves on. And this will simulate you having the gloves on, so you effectively move your head and you're not off balance. So make sure you put some gloves on and use a slip bag with your gloves. And lastly, make sure that you use this as a shadow boxing tool. So when you're doing this, just imagine your opponent being in front of you, that you're throwing punches, that you're evading their attack, and that you're using your defense. Don't get stagnant with using this like you would with some of the other workouts you do. Change it up, move your feet, move your head, and pretend that you're in the pocket there with your opponent and throwing punches. Hope you guys found this video informational. If you guys have any feedback, please let me know. Appreciate it.